I listened to the president's speech.
Right.
And I went through it. I was thinking about what he was actually thinking. And my interpretation was that I feel that what the president was doing was preempting any questions about why we have either not achieved the targets that were supposed to have been achieved with the 2030 vision, or he was preparing a soft landing for himself on what is supposed to be done, because what was supposed to have been done has failed. And to be honest with you, 2030 was actually an interesting vision. Why? Because 2008 is when, you remember, we had this challenge or this problem of the post-election violence, and whether it was purely coincidental or not, there was a need for Kenya to pick a new trajectory. What was the purpose of that? Target Kenya as a country that is going to be reasonably industrialized. Why? Because then you would have these industries and factories creating job opportunities for Kenyans, for the simple reason that Kenya has always been the hub where many of the companies that came into the region to begin with had settled in Kenya. And number two, then we would position ourselves global, let me say on the continent of Africa, because of the changes that are taking place and the associations that are coming in. And what happened is that as a result of this, the 2030 vision had three pillars. The pillars were economic, social, and political.
Right.
What was the economic one? One, basically look at the factors of production, land, labor, and capital. What has happened to our economy? If you look at the transformation from Mwai Kibaki's government into Uhuru's government and then to President William's government, my belief is that President William basically dumped the 2030 initiatives. And he decided, of course, to come up with the bottoms-up approach. What many of us thought he was going to do was to come in with a bottoms-up approach and interface it with the 2030, then so that in the period of 5 years that he served as a president, he could come and then give us an audit on what has happened. From the time when I took over, this is what I found. Our debts were this. We were managing economic development and growth in such a manner. The macro and micro issues which were managing the economy have basically been managed this way. I expected the president to say, for example, to mention that our economic growth has been this. During Kibaki's time, it was this. During Uhuru's time, it was this. And during my time, it is this. He should have come up with the flagship things he has done as a president and invigorate them and explain to Kenyans why he feels that these strategies that he has come up with during his time as president have been implemented and effected, and therefore, according to him, the successes are this, the challenges are this, and this is what I intend to do. Now, the problem, and then you come with the social pillar. I expected the president, actually, the State of the Nation address is something I expected the president to be honest and sincere and look at us in the face and tell me, listen, the country we have right now, look at the social pillar.
Yeah.
We have got 60% of the population being of young people. These young people are educated, they have no jobs. These young people have got no opportunities. He should have discussed the interventions he has brought, for example, for the young people. And once he's done with that, the next one he should have discussed is the political pillar. I'm a worried man.
Yeah.
The reason for that is that if you saw what happened in Nolkalau, where you have individuals coming with guns, AK-47s, brandishing and shooting off vehicles, and people died, and it worries me. It really, really, genuinely worries me, because where we are as a country puts me in a very tight spot. And number two, Sami, we are in the studio here, and my point is how I wish we could actually be more tolerant. The feeling I'm beginning to have is that we're becoming more and more intolerant to what we say about others and what the others want to do when we say some things.
Okay.
And the typical case, I think you're aware this morning about Honorable Kagusha. He has not left your studio here from last night simply because when we came in, outside Citizen TV, there are about 40 police officers brandishing AK-47s, and there are about 10 Subarus waiting for Kagusha. He's a member of parliament. I don't think he's going to run anywhere. I don't think he has killed anybody. Whatever he said, and I'm not justifying what he said, but there must be a better way. For me, the IG really must look at this issue. There must be a better way on how you arrest somebody like me.
Okay.
You can send me a message, then you can actually, if I don't respond, you can actually publicly say, we have said so and so, please report to the DCI because there are matters affecting you.
Okay.
And then follow due process.
Okay.
Yeah, but to have somebody who's been elected, and I say this with humility, whatever he said does not require that state operatives, police officers, and DCI to come and arrest him outside the gate of Citizen TV. Because, Sammy, what's going to happen? Some of us are going to start fearing coming here.
Correct. Now that you're here,
to be honest with you, the scenario that I saw in Olkalau was basically what happens in the scenario we have in Kenya, which is instead of, and to a large extent is because of the law. We do not have a campaign financing law that restricts individuals or persons or entities that are going to fund individuals who are running for elections. Number two, the law which exists, of course, found everything that was being done was actually illegal because it was bribery. I mean, you're talking about state officers being sent to a place where elections are taking place. Of course, everybody will, those who are pro what was being done will argue that when there's an incumbent, it is up to him to decide which goodies he's going to give people so that they can vote for his party or his take. And truthfully, when we run for elections, we always do those polls, and some of them are actually very accurate. But some, like my brother has said, depending on who those polls have been done for, they will mislead you and they will misguide you. And
you're still paying for it. I mean,
no, it happens because normally you want a true position of the status quo of your positioning in terms of the people you expect to vote for you, yourself, how you're doing. For example, somebody might tell me, are you going to run for Senate? I say yes. And they'll ask you, would you want us to find out how you're doing since you were elected until now?